Hello, everyone, and peace of Christ, all of you. Please invite your friends and share the link with everybody. Today, our topic is the same uh, as always we do. We try our best to explain to Muslims that deception is not the way to make people believe, because sooner or later people will find out. You are not the only one in the internet, and you are not the only one who have a mouth, but you are the only one who promote his religion by lies, and that is your weakness. If you can convert somebody into Islam by telling the truth, then I think that will be a solid method to make somebody stay as a Muslim. But you will notice, after you make somebody convert to Islam, maybe a year or two, they will leave Islam and they will become enemies of Islam, because they will feel so angry for what happened to them. They've been deceived, they've been lied to, and they wasted years of their life worshiping false god and the bad man. His name is Muhammad. So I believe that the way the Muslims they try to promote their cult, it is miraculous way to expose Islam. And I'm very thankful actually that the Muslims they choose such a way to promote their cult, which will make it easier for us and for me to expose this cult. If Islam is a religion coming from the true God, then there is no need for anyone to promote false ideas. It's not there. Just in order to gain some people convert to Islam, but sooner or later he knew that they will learn the truth and they will leave. So what the point of making somebody accepting such a cult? I will open my Skype soon so we can have an open challenge for the Muslims, so they might call us and convince us that Islam really is a religion which is coming from God. And I challenge you to do your best. And please, no Christian should call me. If you are a Christian and you call me now, I'm going to block you. Not only I'm not going to answer you, because simply you are not listening and you are disturbing our program. My Skype right now is open, and we welcome any Abdul who have knowledge to call us and to prove to us anything the Muslim they claim about what it's called miraculous Quran. You see, I saw many websites, I saw tons of articles, millions, and each time I read those articles I laugh. I laugh at two things. First, I laugh at the devil, because the devil he could not even hire smart ones to defend him. And here and now we prove it every day. Who is the Muslim when I call me and confirm to us that the Quran is the book of Islam, contains scientific knowledge that could not have been known 14 years ago, 1400 years ago? Who is the one who have the courage, who have the knowledge? You remember a few hours ago we made a broadcast about rejecting the hadith. The Muslims these days, in order to avoid getting busted, they say we don't accept the hadith. But just to let you know, a person who don't accept the hadith is not even a Muslim. This is Islam QA info, Islamic website, Islamic question and answer. Refutation of those who quote the Holy Quran to reject Sunnah and justifying not acting upon it. There is some people claiming that the Quran is written that the Prophet Muhammad once told someone something to his wife, and she told that to someone, and the Prophet was not happy by that. He did not want the people to know his saying, but just to follow the Quran. The answer: firstly, Islam is based on two main foundations: the Holy Quran and the pathetic Prophet. Sorry, the prophetic Sunnah. It's my uh, excuse my French. So this is really what Islam is about. In order to be a Muslim, you have to base your religion in two things: Quran and the Sunnah. And Sunnah mean whatever Muhammad he said or did. So anyone he says to you, I don't accept the Quran, he is saying I don't accept the Hadith or etc. He is saying I don't accept Islam, and simply he is playing the game of deception in order to avoid the disasters his prophet he said. Imagine if the Hadith was containing something wonderful. There's nobody will say I don't accept the Hadith. The whole point of saying I don't accept the Hadith, because the Hadith is exposing the silly, the pathetic, the idiot, the liar, the ethic, the crimes, the misleading of Muhammad. Therefore, the only way, if I am a Muslim, to keep myself from being humiliated by following such a man. Ustaz responding to you in the show. Who is Ustaz? This guy, he do not know even two words. If you want, he can call me. The Nigerian guy. Ustaz. And he called himself Ustaz. You know, the sign of a scumbag is the one who gave himself a title. Because if you put in the front of your name and you write that, you say it's Ustaz. Let us say I say Ustaz. Ustaz mean master, teacher. So if I call myself teacher, that's him. That obviously this is not true, because the people should call you teacher, not you call yourself teacher. My friend, those people there, they are scamming the poor Nigerian people to take their money. This guy, he have nothing to do in life, wearing a suit where people in Africa, they are dying from hunger, and he have a microphone and he's making himself Ustaz, but he cannot speak about two things. And the guy himself, he got himself busted. He said he agree with the Bible against the Quran, and Nasara are not people who Quran mentioned them as the Messiah says Ansari. He said they are coming from the word Nazareth, which means the Bible is saying the truth and Islam is a lie. All those who claim to be teachers these days, they are not. And here we go. I don't mind if you call me. If you like to call me, he can call me. All right. If you want to call, the stream is frozen. No, the stream is going fine. Okay, my friend, just refresh your page. What I can do, I mean, this is YouTube. Let me see. So you don't hear me now? No voice? Mm. I don't know what's happening. I hope the voice is coming now. Let us see. I restarted the browser. Is it all right now? Okay. Is the are we fine? Are we back on air? Are we back? All right. I don't know what happened. I think this is maybe YouTube problem. This can't be from my side because I keep saying the name of Allah, and there's no way Allah will make things like this happen. Allah is very powerful. So anyway, again, invite your friends. We lost a lot of people by this, but it's okay. They will be back. Now, when somebody call himself Ustaz or call himself master or call himself whatever, and I mean, it's a silly. It's the same Muhammad. He called himself a prophet. You see, in order to be called something, people they should call you prophet. Muhammad, he claimed he called himself a prophet, but if we go and examine anything Muhammad he said, we will die laughing at his prophecy. So here you notice that Islam is suffering, and because Islam is suffering badly, Muslims denied more than 80% of Islam, because Islam is actually in the Sunnah, not in the Quran. The Quran is an empty book. The Quran is nothing but a collection of stories, and they are useless in order to establish a religion. The Quran is a good book if you want to read a story about how Suleiman he heard the ant, which is a funny story because ants don't talk, and you cannot hear their speeches because simply they are mute. The Quran is fine if you want to hear a story about Ali Baba and the 40th thief, the seven sleepers and their dog, the man with the two horns where he found the sunset. But what does this have to do with religion anyway? I mean, why even those stories are there? If I read the story about Suleiman, that he took a flying carpet and he fly from here to there, okay, what this will help Islam? I mean, where is the teaching about Allah in this? Why we are concentrating in this funny book about people but not about God? This is the book of God to teach me about God, but this book teach me nothing but fairy tale stories. A guy, a king, he take his army, he walk in the valley. The valley is called the valley of the ants. One of the ants, she said to the other ants, hide, otherwise Suleiman will crush you. What we learn from this story? Is that will show me the glory of God? This is will show me the stupidity of this God, because who in the world want to believe in such a story? There's no wisdom in it, there's no reality in it, and it's against even the basic science. If we go in the Quran, just to show you, when the Muslims they speak about miraculous, let us see the miraculous. Let us see the miraculous and love. If we go to the chapter of, actually it's called the chapter of the ants. The chapter of the ants. I mean, no comment. When they come to the valley of the ants, one of the ants said, here I have a very little tiny question to the Muslims. Why only one of the ants said? What about the rest of the ants? Hmm? The valley of the ants, a valley full of ants. Solomon, he heard only one ant. Why? This is the only ant is using cell phone. This is the only ant was talking. This is the only ant she is allowed to speak in the name of the White House. Who is this ant who Suleiman he heard her? And why he heard one ant? And how in the world this ant she was able to be heard by Suleiman when ants don't talk? As you see, Suleiman he was amused at her speech. Ants communicate in two ways: chemical and vibration. They don't talk, they don't hear. And to make it more funny, the ant she said to the ant, hide, oh you ant, get into your habitations, lest Solomon and his host crush you. How she knew the name of Solomon? So for sure I have to say this is a miraculous Quran. It's a miracle. This ant must be a prophet of God too. She was inspired and she knew that this guy, his name is Solomon. Imagine an ant right now, she tell the other ants, hey, Christian Prince, his life on air. Hide, otherwise he will debate you. How in the world this amazing ant she was able to know that the name of the prophet Solomon is Solomon? Because as you see, this is what she said. She did not say hide, otherwise those creatures they will destroy you. She said hide lest Solomon will destroy you. The one who's asking me when I talk about okay, hold on. We have a Muslim. He want to talk about the sperm coming from the backbone. Let us see what this guy want to say to us. Answer, Abdul. Well, internet is bad, so he want to debate me, but he don't have internet. All right. So as you see, this is the miraculous Quran. Hello.
Hello, yeah.
Yes, my friend. You said you want to tell me about the sperm coming from the backbone, and you said I give ضعيف hadith.
Yeah. Yes, I want to talk about it. Yeah, sperm comes from the back. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But my
Stupid. Your mother, she must be a whore. She gave birth to you in the bar. Let us continue. As you see, this is how trashy they are. Trashy, low class, they have no dignity, and obviously you are not coming from a good mother, otherwise she will not have such a son like you. The good tree give good fruits. You are a son of a poison tree. Both your parents, they are horrible and they did a very bad job. So keep doing what you are doing. You are just representing your family. I am control to the class option research papers. No. I mean, it's funny. Somebody's asking me which book to read about Islam. Read my books. What I will say to you. Okay, let's see. Many text. Too many text, but none of them is useless. I mean, useful. Don't send me text, guys, saying thank you, please. Don't send me we appreciate you. I am not waiting for those texts. Don't, please. If you want to say that, you can say that in the chat. All right. Somebody is an ex-Muslim. He want to talk about himself. Maybe wrong time. Not yet. Okay. All right. So not even a single person from Skype is good to, you know, and I said many times, please don't send me tons of text. You are wasting my time and your time. I will not answer hello. I will not answer hi. I will not answer I appreciate you. I will not answer because simply if I answer everybody, I better close my program and just start saying hello, thank you very much, thank you very much, thank you very much. And then we will do the same as Muslims do. When a Muslim he enter a movie theater, he have to follow the tradition of his prophet to shake hands and say assalamu alaikum. By the time we finish shaking hands and say assalamu alaikum 3 times to each person, the movie will be over. So either people they stop sending me those messages, or I will stop using my Skype. Period. Because it is silly and it doesn't make sense. I put my Skype on air, or let us say online, so people they can see it, so they can call me, and that is the Muslims to debate me, not to receive hello, I appreciate you. If you appreciate what we do, copy the videos, share the link, post a comment, give a like, or you make your own channel. We continue. So when a Muslim he tried to convince us that he have a miraculous book, how this miraculous book convincing will function? In which way? How? Where we can bring this from? Who is a Muslim? He want to show us the miraculous book. This is not miraculous. This is a full book full of stories. It's not even good for kids. A prophet who God taught him the language of the birds. The language of what? The bird. Okay, he taught him the language of the birds. So how he understand the language of the ants? How silly the author of the Quran. Imagine I say that I learned the language of the chicken, and then I say to you, I heard the crocodile saying something. Well, my God, he taught me the language of the chicken. How silly, how stupid the author of the Quran. So when Muhammad he spoke that his God he taught Sulaiman the language of the birds, he was preparing us to know why he was able to speak, or sorry, to hear the ant and understand the ant, but the ants are not birds. Are they? Someone asking what is the website I use. Okay, it's called Quran. Wow. Actually, they chose the right name for the Quran. This is the website I use. This is an Islamic website for sure. Okay, here we go. So here you notice that the Miraculous Quran is the most silly, most stupid book, which does not make sense. Contradiction in less than 20 words. Many contradiction in less than 3 lines. How this can be the book of God, and how this book can be miraculous. My God, he taught me the language of the ants, but yet I can understand. Sorry, he taught me the language of the birds, but I understand the ants. Maybe at that time the ants were used to be birds. This is the ant talking. And now Sulaiman like, wow. Look what she said to her followers. I'm amused by her speech. Any donkey in the world can go on right now and search in Google, and you'll find that ants don't talk. Ants, they talk, yes, if we can say communication, which means they communicate as all creatures, but not by making a speech, you idiot. They are mute, they are deaf. So when you say to me and you fabricate tons of articles speaking about how amazing the miraculous Quran, I say yes. It's a miracle that the Quran made a human being like you, such a donkey, to believe in a book like this. This is the only miracle I see. Any Muslim would like to call us and show us the miraculous? I don't want to call Zakir Naik, because Zakir Naik, he will explain this and he will refute me. If we call Zakir Naik about the ant, how Allah, he taught him the language of the birds, and he spoke the language of the ants, for sure he will say, but that's it. There the guy is named the contemporary, and they already accused the Quran with false statement. If you go to the Quran in chapter 27, verse number 13, it says that Allah, he taught Prophet Solomon the language of the birds. But this ignorant, he do not know that ants are considered to be birds, and actually they even lay eggs. Why the ants they lay eggs? Because they are a chicken. They are a form of chicken, a form of bird. Thank you very much. Here we go. You want Zakir Naik? He gave it the answer. The proof that the ants are chickens, that because they lay eggs. I mean, here we go. He refuted me. He got me busted. Why you ask me to call him? And do you see how fast he is in fabricating an answer? Unbelievable. Actually, to be honest, I'm the one who gave the answer, not him. This guy, he will never be able to come with an answer like this. Do we have any Abdul? Anyone? Any half one? Any quarter one? Your scholars are jokers. They are comedian. They are silly. They are stupid, and they are good for, you know. I know they are good for what. And the funny, they live like kings. You see, this guy Zakir Naik, he lived literally like a king. Islam is a great business if you try to defend Islam. Islam is a bad business if you attack it. Do we have any Abdul? Our IP founder is on, so we will not get the same stupid idiot calling again. Any Abdul here would like to call me? Anyone? Any half one? Now, if we go to the Muslim website where they post for us all those miracles, and they are assuming that all of us are a bunch of ignorants and we do not know how to refute this. The speed of light. Let us start from the first one. The Quran spoke about the speed of light. Are you sure? Let us see. The speed of the angels turned out to be the known speed of light. That's man, this is the speed of the angels turned to be the speed of the light. Why? How? Let us read together. Quran chapter 32 verse number 5. Allah rules the cosmic. Cosmic? Does it say really cosmic? What cosmic? Let it go, let it go. You change the translator, you will find there's no cosmic there, but let it go, let it go. Affair from the heaven to the earth. Then this affair traveled to him a distance in one day, at a measure of 1,000 year of what you count. Hold on. Hold on. I want to go with the Muslim theory before we go and discuss the speed of light. Just to show you how stupid the Quran is. But the problem is, people when they read, they don't use their brain. They just read. I mean, text, like, you know, there's some people, they lined words up together. They don't read, they line them up. I'll explain to you what the Muslims just did to themselves. And I have to use my artistic skills. Forgive me for doing that. As long as the Muslims agree that there is a distance we can reach where we can find Allah, because they said that the angels take a distance, or guys, you lost me. Do you see my screen, guys? Before you ask me if you are, if the why it's not coming, refresh your page if your page is not working. Guys, am I heard? Is my screen showing? Okay. So before you text me, please just refresh the page, see if it is you, or ask people in the text. Don't ask me, is it me only? Ask people in the text, is it me, guys, only? I don't see him. Why do you want to ask me? Here we go. We made everybody now say the same words just to know if this is true or not. Text in the chat, ask, guys, I don't see him, is it working for you? They will answer you. Now, as long as the Muslims, they say that the angels, they reach to Allah in a distance which is equal to one day to Allah, which is 1,000 years for us. That's mean. And I want the Muslims to try to use their brain for once in their lifetime if they have a brain. So here is the angels. Angels. This is Jibril. I'm going to call him Gigi. Gigi. Like the guy who is a stupid loser, who his mom, she did not teach him how to behave. So Gigi, he wanna go up to he come to the earth, and now he wanna go up to Allah. And Gigi will take him a distance of 1,000 years of our time to reach to Allah. And here is Allah. Allah, the moon god. As long the Muslims they accept such a thing, they accepted that if we go with the speed of light for 1,000 years, we arrive to Allah. That's mean we knew where is the location of Allah. Correct, guys? Because in order to say the distance of the angels to go to Allah is 1,000 years speed of light, that's mean we can measure exactly where is the location. Because the speed of light can be measured by kilometers. Are we following? People, are you following me? So all what we need to do, if we search right now, what is the speed of light? Speed of light is let's use kilometer. This is the speed of light is 1,079 1,000. Let us see here to be sure. Okay, hold on. I'm just looking in the internet. For me, I'm not a scientist. So the speed of light is 300,000 kilometer a second. 300,000 kilometer a second. So if we x that, like this is need a mathematic to see how many a day. Let us see speed of light in 1 day. If we can find an answer. How fast the light travel. But anyway, the idea is very simple. As long we knew the speed of light and how much it can pass as a distance, then we knew already where Allah is located. And that's mean Allah is located in a fixed place. In a fixed place. In order for this Allah to be located in a fixed place, he have to be a fixed person. Correct? And that's mean that Allah is a physical being in a physical place, in a physical distance, is a physical location. Which mean Allah is not everywhere. Which mean he is limited, he is content, he is located. And he don't move. Same time, when the angels They go in the speed of light, according to the Muslims, and take them 1,000 years. How Muhammad he was able to go to heaven in the top of a flying donkey in less than 8 hours round the trip, including going to Jerusalem? $1,000 years will take the angels just to go up. To go down again is another 1,000 years. So 1,000 years to go up, 1,000 years to go down. That the total of 2,000 years. Yet Muhammad he claimed he went to Allah in the top of a donkey, and he was able to go there in less than 8 hours and come back. And his way, he did not even stop in Mecca. When he was coming back, he stopped in Jerusalem supposedly. So here we find that Muslims, they are trying to create from fictions what something they can use as science. Now we go back to the article so we can laugh more. The angels who carry out those orders, those people back then measured the distance neither by kilometer or miles, but rather by how much time they need to walk. By what? How much time they need to walk. But if you notice here with me in the verse, it doesn't talk about the distance, it talk about time. Or what it's saying that it take 1,000 years of our counting for the angels to go down to go to Allah, which is 1 day for Allah. And here we have another problem. In the Old Testament, there's a metaphorical statement where it says that 1 day for you is the same, 1,000 years for you is the same as one day for God. But this is metaphorical. This is not about, because there's no time for God. Muhammad he copied that and he tried to make a story out of it, and he put it in the Quran, and now it became funny. Why? Because if 1 day is equal to Allah time, as they explained to us in this article, that means Allah is included in the time. In order for 1 day for Allah to go, 1,000 years for us they go. That's mean Allah have time, we have time, but the time of Allah is a lot faster, for us is a lot slower. The difference between us and them and Allah, that 1 day for him is equal to 1,000 years of our time. But that will not change the fact that Allah now is under the force of nature, and he himself, he like encounter something called time, and he have a day for him. If we go to different verse in the Quran, we will find something more funny and more stupid, contradicting what the Muslims try to say. I did not read the article yet, but we will go there and we will show you, because in the whole article there's nothing about the light speed. I mean, do you see anyone? I will give you the link, and if somebody can show me where they got the light speed, how they notice that the angels they have the light of speed, I have no idea. Because in order to know what is the speed they pass to make it equal to the speed of light, then we have to know how much a distance they pass. Do you know the distance of Allah? You know what I mean? Or what we have in this statement here, that 1 day for Allah is equal to 1,000 years of your time, and that would take the angels to go up to heaven. But this is mean that it take a 1,000 year for the light of Allah, if He is light, to come to us, which mean if Allah He sent His light, or a light came from the location of Allah, is going to take 1,000 years before this light arrived to us. And that will be very funny, because simply the second you say to me that it's going to take 1,000 years for the light to come, we find out the location, and nowhere in the verse is speaking about such a thing. If we go to different verse in the Quran, we will find a contradiction. You can read the article, by the way, because there's nothing here is about the light speed or etc. It's just a fiction they are trying to create. Where anyone can show me where they got this one? The angels carry out the order of the etc. measure distance between neither in kilometer or by walk. For example, village 2 days. This is mean the distance equivalent to walking for 2 days. But this is not what this verse is saying. It says that Allah have angels, and angels come to us, and it take for Allah 1 day, it take for us 1,000 years, but we do not know how it take for the angels themselves. Are you following with me? According to science, if you change your location, time change. Time is relevant to where you are located. So if you change your location, you are in the space. 1 year in the earth, it might be maybe 4 years in different place, or 5 years, depend where are you. Time is not the same. Here Allah is fixed in his place, we are fixed in our place. The one is moving is the angels, and the angels, in order to go through the time, they have to go through multiple time, because this is changed based on the location. Time change based on the location. Same time, the Quran give us a contradiction, because in different verse in the Quran, Muhammad he said that the distance between Allah and the earth is 50,000 years. In chapter 70, verse number 4, it says, the angels and the spirit ascend into him in a day, the measure wherefore as 50,000 years. Okay, so what happened now? Did Allah change his location? This is the same angels, and this is the measurement of 50,000 years of our time. Our time is still the same. So now we have two chapters, one saying that the angels go to Allah and take them 1,000 years to go there, and one it says 50,000 years. In order for the Muslim to solve this issue, they say this verse here is speaking about the judgment day. It doesn't matter, because judgment day or today is no different. Why is going to take them 50,000 years? What, they are out of gas? You told us that the angels they go in the speed of light, and it take them 1,000 years to go to Allah. So what happened now? Why it became 50,000 years? They lost their speed. The angels are out of gas. Their light is damaged. Maybe the light is going through the bullets or through the walls. You know what I'm saying, my friend? Here we go, the speed of the light. So why the Muslim they choose that verse to say this about the speed of light, not this one, where none of them is speaking about light? Why Allah don't say, well, look, this is the speed of light? Can't he say that? We go back to the article and laugh again at more contradictions. Yes, Gigi.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, this is not Gigi. Oh, well, yes, I hear you.
Yes, I want to reject Islam.
You want to reject Islam?
Yes, I want to reject Islam.
Why you want to reject Islam?
I want to reject the version that ISIS uses to spread evil throughout the world.
This is Kenny Boner,
And
right?
I want to.
How are you, Kenny? How are you?
Version.
How are you, Kenny?
I want to reject the version that.
How are you, Kenny? How are you, Kenny? How are you?
People like you use.
Did you buy my books or not yet?
To paint an ugly picture of Islam with broad strokes of your brush.
So let me ask you.
Islam
You said you reject Islam, which is ISIS Islam, correct?
Yeah, in the version that you try to paint.
Okay.
A picture of.
Well, isn't it ISIS Islam in the Quran?
No, sir, it isn't.
Do you want to take a challenge?
What I want to do is I want to reject Islam that ISIS uses and the Islam that Islamophobes use.
Okay.
Where you try to hijack
let me ask you. Let us see. What name for me one thing ISIS did is not Islamic.
Well, anytime you oppress people, if you kill people unjustly and you destroy.
What unjustly mean? Tell me how you kill people justly. Tell me how you can kill people justly. So you are saying to me your prophet, he killed people but justly, right?
Only in self-defense, absolutely.
Only in self-defense. Okay. Let us see.
So if someone is killing,
all right. Okay. Let's see. Only in self-defense. Okay. Isn't it your prophet? Isn't it your prophet who said, "I've been ordered"? Isn't it your prophet? He said, "I've been ordered to kill all mankind until they convert to Islam or they die."
As a Muslim, I want to reject the version.
You are not a Muslim. You are a potato. You are just a guy who is an idiot who do not know what to seeking attention. Read for me the screen. Read what is in the screen.
I'm driving.
You
right
said
now.
you call me when you are driving. I think you're not driving. I think somebody is driving you. Now, listen, I want you to read for me. It says, "I have been commanded that I should fight against the people till they declare that there is no God but Allah." Are you saying your prophet was ISIS?
I'm telling you that the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, only fought in defense of.
Here we go. He did not say I am defending. He said I am in order to fight until they declare, not until they stop fighting me. Stop lying.
Right, until the oppressors stop fighting. Right.
He said until you declare, not at the oppressor. Read with me. He said until they declare no God but Allah, and when they do, perforce there's no God but Allah, and their blood and their righteousness are granted protection from in my behalf. Which means if you don't say Allah is God and you don't say Shahada, Muhammad will take not only your life, will take your money.
Well, let's put this in the reality. Okay, so there were many people that were fought against the Muslims that actually become Muslim, right? And so your opportunity to do so is not too late until the day of judgment.
You are not answering. You see, you are a potato.
No, I am.
Answer what I showed you. Answer what I showed you. Did your prophet said I've been commanded to kill all mankind until they say Islam is the only religion? Yes or no?
Was sent as a mercy to all of mankind.
What mercy? Okay, answer me. Why you don't answer? I showed you what your prophet said. I want you to answer that. Go ahead.
The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, instructed the Muslims to fight only in just cause. That means against oppression.
This is just call. Just call. Anyone who rejects Islam, anyone who rejects Islam is in war with Allah.
Anyone who rejects Islam. There were many people around the Prophet and the Sahaba, peace and blessings be upon them, that rejected Islam.
He killed them all. all who reject Islam, either they are killed or you are a liar. Okay, let me ask you, why there's no Christian, why there's no Christians, no Jews left in the Arabian Peninsula?
There are Christians and Jews in the Arabian Peninsula.
Who is the donkey who said that to you?
Look, if you don't know facts, I can't, I'm not going to debate it with you about.
You know the facts. Okay, so you are saying to me your prophet is a liar, because your prophet said, read the hadith with me. It says, I will expel the Jews and the Christians from the Arabian Peninsula.
Fighting and oppressing the Muslims.
Don't stop lying. No, he said, I will expel the Jews and the Christians from the Arabian Peninsula, and I will not leave any but Muslims.
The ones that were oppressing the Muslims.
Abdul, you are a big fat potato. Read the hadith. Show me where it says only those who fight. He says, I will expel the Jews and the Christians from the Arabian Peninsula. And now in Saudi Arabia, there's 0 Christians, 0 Jews, 0 atheists, 0 gays, 0 lesbian. Correct?
Period.
Just get lost, donkey. I have no time for stupidity. And don't call me again. Wasting my time. The prophet, they killed people only justly. Your prophet, he sent the 3 letters: die or convert. Aslim taslam. Aslim taslam. Even the Quran forbid the Muslims to go for peace unless they are not the uppermost. Let us see. Aslim taslam. Enter Islam and you will be safe. Enter Islam. Okay, and if I enter Islam, what will happen? You will be safe. Do you see it? So they lie to us. They say Muhammad, etc. Muhammad, he said it clearly, I've been ordered to kill all mankind unless they convert to Islam and they pay the say the Shahada, and they pay the zakat, and they pray as we pray, and they face the Qibla, which means they face the Kaaba, slaughter as we slaughter, do everything exactly as I do, otherwise I will kill you. As simple as that. If you break any of those commands, you will be considered as an apostate. This is why ISIS, when they see someone, he claimed to be a Muslim, but he don't pray, he is not to be considered as a Muslim. And look who is somebody telling me this is Kenny Bomer, the American convert. Don't fall into his lies. You want to teach me who to convert to who Mr. Dan? You want to tell me who is the one? I mean, what about you take my place and tell me what to talk to, how to talk to people? The people are funny. I've been ordered to do qital, which means to kill. Let us see the command of the prophet. And maybe you saw ISIS putting chains in the necks of people. You are the best of the people ever raised up for benefit of mankind. Between two bracket, benefit of mankind. Okay, what is the benefit of mankind? The prophet of Allah. And then he quote for us at chapter 3 verse 110. The best for mankind are those who bring them. Bring who? Bring mankind. And with the chains around their necks till they embrace Islam. That is Islam. So the prophet, he fight only those who fight, who says the best of mankind is those who go and bring people with the chains around their neck. All people. The benefit of mankind. Who is the ones that target to bring them with the chains? Mankind. In order to do what? Just to make them agree that Muhammad is a prophet. This man, he subdued all manpower to worship him and make himself equal to God. So he make hundreds of millions of idiots to go for war for one target, to surrender to Muhammad, who is dead in the ground, and he is a dust, and he smelled like poo-poo when he died. And yet you will see a scumbag calling us and says, I reject the version of ISIS. Is this ISIS or this is your prophet? Are we making things up? Is that hadith is da'if? This is Sahih al-Bukhari. Da'if, brother, da'if. This is da'if, brother. I reject the hadith. It's da'if. Isn't it the Quran said that Allah he ordered to cut the necks and fingertips of the disbelievers? Isn't it the Quran says crucify them and cut their hands? And this is exactly what ISIS do. When you hear a verse like this saying the punishment of those who wage war against Allah, you think that they are really waging war. This is not about war. Go and read the story behind it. Nobody waged war. This is the punishment. There's a guy, he's a sheikh. He saw a dream. He saw a dream that Allah Messenger Muhammad, he came to him in the dream. And he said to him a few things. In less than 48 hours, he was arrested, taken to Sharia court, and now he is, he's facing more than 80 count of violation of Islam, just because he saw a dream. All of them goes under this verse, chapter 5, verse number 33. And now the Sharia law court asked him for cutting his hands and his feet and putting nails in his eyes as a punishment by crucifixion, just for seeing a dream. What is the war? When somebody says to you war and he is a Muslim, they are talking about you rejecting Islam. The second you are rejecting Islam, you are waging war against Allah. Who is the enemy of Allah in the Quran? Anyone reject Allah? Whoever is the enemy of Allah and his angels and messengers, to Jibreel and Mikael, Allah is the enemy of the kuffar. But you cannot have a war with Allah. We cannot kill Allah, supposedly. Simply, he doesn't exist. We cannot kill the angels if they are real. Oh, I forgot. You can. In the case of Moses, when the angel of death came to Moses, find the hadith. Hmm. Let us see where we can find it. Abu Huraira reported that the angel of death was sent to Moses, peace upon him, to inform him of his Lord summons. When he came, Moses boxed him on, and his eyes was knocked out. What the heck? Moses, he was doing boxing with the angel of death, Azrael. The angel of death came out back to Allah. This is the miraculous Muhammad and the miraculous Quran and the miraculous stories of this cult. Watch and laugh. So the angel of death came back to Allah and he said, you send me to a servant who do not want to die. What the heck? This guy Musa, he don't want to die. Allah restored his eye in its proper place. Boing. The poor angel, he was coming inside the house of Allah and his eye is coming out like boing, 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 boing. And Allah, what happened to you? What happened to your eye, idiot? You know, this Musa's, he have, you know, a black belt. He knocked my eye and he took it out. And it, look, my eye is broken. And not only, actually, there's different hadith says he knocked his eyes and he broke his wing. So now the guy, he have one wing is broken. So he knocked his eye and he went to Allah, and Allah, he restored his eye back in the proper place, which is in his nose or between his eyebrows, and revived his eyesight. So how you say to us in the story which we are talking about the speed of light, you are saying to us that the angel, they have the speed of light but they have eyes, and you're a prophet, he said they have wings. Jibreel specifically, he have 600 wings. Is that metaphorical or physical? Obviously it's physical. This cannot be metaphorical. Here we go. You see, he did destroy his eye, and this is Sahih hadith. Now Allah, he fixed his eyesight and he said to him, go back to him and tell him that if you want life, he must place his hand on the back of an ox. And he would be granted as many years of life as the numbers of the hair is covered by his hand. This is why, my friend, you want to have a big hand. If you have a small hand, you live less. Musa said, my Lord, what happened? Then he said, then you must court death. But notice with me here, the story is telling us that Muhammad is officially stupid. Why? Because if Moses can object the order of God and the command of God to die, and he beat the angel of death, that's mean all of us, we can do that. Why only Moses was able to beat the angel of death? The answer can be found in Chong Fong Ching Chi Chung Samurai School. If you go and do some research about Moses, you will find that he have many built in the Kung Fu, and he was even he was a master of a Bruce Lee. Actually, Bruce Lee, he was called by that name because each time Moses, he see him in his way, he see, leave from my way. And this is how Bruce Lee got his name, because Moses, he spank him and he make him Lee in the side. So the people, they call him Bruce Lee, which is coming from the word Moses Lee, because Moses in the Chinese language come as Bruce Lee, you know. So so Musa's, he can beat the angel of death. Okay, I want to ask the Muslims here, why Musa don't beat the angel of death again and ask for more? Because as long Allah cannot kill him, as long he can kill the angel of death, as long Allah cannot accomplish death without the angel of death, and Musa's can beat the heck of the angel of death, why angels can kill Musa's even in the future? So in the article they say to us the angels are in the speed of light. We have two verses in the Quran, one saying that the angels they speed in 1,000 years of your time, 1 day to Allah. The other verse says 50,000 years, 1 day to Allah, which is contradiction. Nowhere in the verses speaking about light, nowhere in the verses speaking about speed in order to know what how fast the speed. Nobody knows where Allah is located. So how the Muslim they come to the conclusion that this is the speed of light? Stupidity versus fictions. In order to make a miracle, they made an article for us, but nowhere in the article can prove to us any of what they claim. It is the opposite. As we see, the more we study about this issue, the more we find that the Muslims are a bunch of hypocrites and they are making up stories. Lunar calendar month 12 months a year. Read the article and love. By the way, why Allah he chose the 12 moon calendar a year? Isn't this is a mistake? The lunar calendar is a wrong calendar. Can't Allah come with better calendar? Anyone? And look what here they say, that Allah is saying, then God saying the angels travel in 1 day the same distance that the moon travel in 12,000 lunar. Where is that? They say to you, because in the Quran it says that the year for Allah is a 12 moon, but this is the year for you, you idiot, not for Allah. I mean, sometime, and if we go actually and we accept that this is for Allah, the Muslims they will lead us to something more nice. Look how they fabricate. They say to you that Allah in the Quran he says the year for Allah is a 12 month, but in order for us to believe that this is a year in the time and the location of Allah, that means Allah in his location there's a moon. He's not talking about our moon, but in fact he's talking about our moon. This is why he is adopting the 4 month. It's called the secured month, which is the Arab used to practice before Islam. The number of the months in the sight of Allah is a 12 in a year. Which year? Our year. We can go and read the interpretation. So ordained by him the day he created the heaven and the earth. So since Allah he created the earth and the heaven, from the beginning Allah created the day and the night to be the same as today, and the year was 12 months as now. But this is, by the way, according to science, this is wrong. According to science, the earth does not have the same time as today. Yes, it have day and night, but the day and the night is not 24 hours like now, and in the future is not going to stay the same. So the day and the night are not the same time. It is impossible that Allah is God, yet he says that for him a perfect year is a 12 lunar. If you notice here they say the word months. If you go in the article, they use the word lunar. Anyone knows why? Why in the translation they did not use the word lunar? Here they have lunar. In the Quran translation, they use the word month. The word shahr is not an Arabic word. This is an Aramaic and a Hebrew word in the same time. Shahr mean moon. So when you say 12 shahr, you don't say 12 month, you are saying 12 moon. And that is additional proof that your God Allah is a fake God, because the lunar calendar, if this is the calendar of Allah, is a proven very easy to be a wrong calendar. This is why we have to fix it every few years. It's not complete. Muhammad here was copying people around him who have the lunar calendar, including the Jews. The Sabian they have it, the Jews they have it, the Arab they have it, and Muhammad he follow what he learned from people behind him or before him. So in order to fabricate and to come with the speed of light, they have to make an article have nothing to do with reality, and it's far away from any truth. Neither the Quran says that, neither Muhammad says that, neither the Hadith says that, and even their article proving that they are false. Same time we showed you that the Quran bring us two dating. One, it says that Allah he deal with the earth and the heaven in a day equal to 1,000 years, as we see in chapter 32 verse number 5, and we showed you in chapter 70 verse number 4 it says the opposite, that the angels and the spirit ascended to him in a day in the measure wherefore as 50,000 years. If the angels they have a fixed speed of light, why here is taking them 50,000 years, and there they have 1,000 year as distance. Same time, Muhammad he received the chapter of Al-Fatiha today, let us say. As long the angels is going to take them 1,000 years to go up and 1,000 years to come down. That's mean in order for Muhammad to receive the second verse, the angels have to take them 2,000 years after they deliver the first verse. How Muhammad received the Quran then? Any Muslim can tell us? When you say to me that the Quran says, not me saying that, the angels they take the command from Allah, as we see in the article, read and laugh with me. Allah rules. Okay, what does that mean? The command of Allah is given to the angels, and the angels will travel to do the command of Allah, and it take them 1,000 years to come to the earth. And by the way, here you will see in the translation they say in a distance of 1 day. In the verse in the Quran it doesn't say the word distance at all. That is a fabrication. Chapter 32 verse number 5. Let us change the translator from the article to the website we are using. 32:5. Just to show you how the Muslims they fabricate, and we cannot accept their translation. They make a translation fit with the article they are making to prove a point. So they add words to the translation to make it about distance, to make it about speed, to make it about things is not there. Here we go. This is verse number 5. Where is the distance? Here he add the word space. Even there's no space. The Arabic in front of us it says يدبر الأمر من السماء إلى الأرض ثم يعرج إليه في يوم كان مقداره 1000 سنة مما تعدون. He rules the affair from the heaven to the earth, which means from the direction is from the heaven down to the earth, and then they go back to him in a day which is equal to 1000 years of your time. That's it. Doesn't say anything about speed, doesn't say anything about distance, it doesn't say anything. All what it says that the angels, they go down to earth to do the command of Allah in one day for Allah, 1000 years for us. So here Muhammad, he received a verse from Allah. Why Muhammad he received a verse second day? If the angels they need 1000 years, 1000 years to go, 1000 years to come back. Any Muslim? Hello? Who is a Muslim want to give us a call? So all what we see in the Muslim articles is a change of translation, change of interpretation, adding words to the Quran to make it scientifically look like. We change the translator, it says, he regulates the affair from the heaven to the earth, then shall its skin day to him in a day, the measure of it, which is 1000 years of your count. There's no distance, there's no speed, there's only time. And we cannot measure the speed unless we know two things at least. If we know the distance and we know the time, we can know the speed. If we know the speed and we know the distance, we can know the time, correct? I mean, it's a simple mathematics. But here all what we know is the time. How many of you is good in mathematics? So they lie and they fabricate and they add things is not even exist there. Let us see different fabricated miracle. Vision. Let us take one by one. Vision. A mysterious syndrome has been impairing astronomist vision on the International Space Station, causing untreatable. Okay, all right, okay. I'm not going to read the whole article. You read it, guys. But let's go to the Quran. But 1400 years ago, the Quran said, if Allah opened wormhole, the Quran says Allah opened wormhole. Okay. Read the translation with me and laugh. Even if we Allah open upon them from the heaven a door, that they continued passing through, if they would say our sight is intoxicated, rather we have been bewitched. So they say to you that if you stay in the heaven in the spaceship, you have a barely vision. Your vision is not going to be good. Your vision is going to be disturbed. And they say to you, look, Allah in the Quran says, when we open for them the door of the sky and they are going up to the sky, they will say, look like as if we are drunk and we don't see good. We think we are under black magic. Read carefully what the Muslim they say here. Sakarat in Arabic mean getting drunk. Dizziness, nausea, and pearl of vision are common symptoms of getting drunk. Today we know that astronomers expire dozens and noses per vision. Okay, hold on. If we go to the Quran and see the verses they are talking about, and we try to find out what the verse is talking about, all of us, we will die laughing at the fiction of the Muslim try to create. Chapter 15, verse number 14 and 15. Let us go. All right. The same chapter they choose for us to speak about miraculous of pearly vision is speaking about something totally different. Read carefully with me, and I challenge any Muslim to say, I am lying. The one Allah is talking about is those who make fun of Islam, not those who go to heaven. Read carefully. We have sent without we have without doubt sent down the message, and we will assuredly guard it from corruption. But we know that the goat ate the Quran, and we know Omar, he said the Quran was 1,027,000 letter, and not even 20% or 30% of the Quran is left. We did send messengers before thee amongst religious sect of old, but never came a messenger to them, but they mocked him. Even so we do let it creep into the heart of the sinners. They should not believe in the message, but the ways of the ancient have passed away. Even if we open out to them a gate from heaven, and they were to be continue all day a scanning therein, they would only say, our eyes have been opened to be drunk. Nay, we have been bewitched and sorcery. So all what he's saying, even if we take them to heaven, they will not believe it. All what this verse is about. The Muslim, they make it about when you go in the spaceship, you have a pearly vision. But hold on, the Quran itself says, if we continue reading the same chapter, you will see how stupid things will go. They are talking about if you go in the spaceship, you will have a pearly vision. Read with me carefully. It is we who have set the zodiacal signs in the heaven. So the God of Islam believe in zodiac signs. Do you see it? This is a spaceship now. The zodiac signs, Allah saying, I am the one who put them in the heaven. Continue. And we made them decoration for the beholder. So the God of Islam believe that the stars are decoration only, which means all the stars can be seen. The fact not even 1 of billion% of the stars can be seen by eye. The rest are invisible for our eyes because they are too far. Then وَحَفَظْنَاهَا مِنْ كُلِّ شَيْطَانٍ رَجِيمٍ, and moreover we have guarded them from every cursed devil. Hold on, the Muslim, they were talking about spaceship going to the space, but the Quran says nobody can go there because the space is guarded. Shaitan cannot go there, and even a human being cannot go there. But if any sign, any gains a hearing by stealth is pursued by a flaming fire. So if any shaitan try to go to the space, Allah will shoot him by a star. Do you see the science? If a shaitan, he tried to go to the space, Allah will shoot him by the fire. And that story can be confirmed in different verses in the Quran. Read carefully with me. You see how they try to speak about the spaceship? Allah predict the spaceship. Those who go in the space, they will have a pearly vision. In chapter 67, verse number 5, it says, He is the one who created 7 heavens, one above one, to see no incorrectly the creation of the beneficent Allah. Then he look again, can we see the disorder? Then he turned back the eye again and again. Your look shall come back to you, confused while you are fatigued. I mean, the translation is really horrible. And certainly we have adorned the lowest heaven with lamps, and we have made such a lamps as missiles for Shaitan, and we have prepared for them. What the verse in here saying that the lamps are created to shoot the Shaitan in his ass, but the guys in the article talking about science and a spaceship. Not only this, we are not done. Not only this, in different verses in the Quran we will find the following. We will keep going. The Lord of the heaven and the earth, and what is between them, the Lord of the east. Surely we have adorned the nearest heaven with adornment a star, and there is safeguards against every rebellious Shaitan. They cannot listen to exalted assembly, and they are thrown at from every side, being driven away. For them is a perpetual chestmate, except him who snatches off but once, then there follow him a brightly shining flame. Horrible translation. I will change it, but as you see, the Quran, the Muslim, they speak about science. The Quran is speaking that there is genies and Shaitan, they spy at Allah, and that how Allah explain the falling meteor. He think that those are stars. They are made to shoot the Shaitan who try to spy at Allah. They are coming to Allah to spy at Allah. Allah have a meeting with the angels. He's giving them commands. So the Shaitan go there trying to spy, but he cannot, because the second he tried to go there, Allah he shoot them. We are not done yet. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, my friend. We hear you.
Hello, yeah. My name is Ustaz Jama Degwa.
All right, how I can help you?
You know me now. Why you ask me that question?
Sorry?
Help me as well. Don't you remember me?
No, I do not know you. Who are you?
Connected us together last week.
I don't hear
And
you.
we are unable to finish our discussion.
I don't say again. What?
I said last week I was connected to you.
Oh, are you the one who called himself Ustaz?
By Professor. Yeah.
How are you, Ustaz? How are you doing?
Why did you block my boy today?
I blocked what?
Latif. Hello? You blocked Latif Hassan.
Because he's a kid. He said he don't accept the hadith. Do you accept the hadith or not?
I told you that day.
I'm asking you. Don't change the topic. Don't shut up. You're asking me why you block this guy. This guy, he play game. He claimed first that he don't accept hadith. Do you agree that a Muslim can be a Muslim without accepting hadith? Yes or no?
I will do to be accepted. It has not contradict the Quran.
No, my friend, he did not say that. He said he don't accept the hadith. Anyone, he said I don't accept the hadith.
He didn't tell you that.
Okay, let me ask you. As long it does not contradict the Quran, I will go with you. You're a prophet, he said the sun set in a murky water. Do you agree with that hadith?
Is that what?
You're a prophet, he said the sun set in a murky water.
Can you show me the trace in the Quran?
show you the verse in the Quran?
The traces of the Quran here.
All right, no problem. Do you see my screen with me?
No.
Okay,
no.
chapter 18, verse number 86. Read it for us.
I'm on YouTube. I'm on Facebook.
All right, chapter 18, verse number 86.
Chapter 18.
Yes.
Verse number what? Verse number what?
86.
86. 86. Don't always run away from the.
Sorry?
Hello?
Yeah?
Why do you always run away from the Bible?
Don't change the topic. Let's finish what we are talking about. Read the verse.
I said, why do you always run away from quoting the Bible?
My friend, nobody is running away. You are the one is running away from quoting the Quran right now. You are the one is running away from quoting the Quran. You asked me where it says the sun set in the murky water. I gave you the verse, and now you are running away, changing the topic. It is you who's running away. Read the verse for me.
I will read the version.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'm not asking you.
Nobody is running away, and I will show you. I will get you busted. You can quote from me from the Bible as much as you want. You can quote from the Bible as much as you want. Read the verse for me. Read the verse for me. We are waiting for you, my friend. Go ahead.
Now, let me take it from verse 83.
Okay.
So you give me time
Sure,
to explain myself.
We are reading. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Now, the Quran said from Allah, not Muhammad said. Quran said, they ask you concerning your name. They will ask you Muhammad. Allah said in Muhammad that they ask you about Dhul name. Say, tell them, I will re-ask to you something of his story. Tell them that God will tell me about Dhul name.
Okay, who is Al-Qur'an? Who is Al-Qur'an?
And the means.
My friend, do you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Who is Al-Qur'an? Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Before you continue, I'm letting you reading. It's okay. We can stop for a second to tell me who is this guy first. Who is Al-Qur'an?
Let me finish.
Who is Al-Qur'an? Who is Al-Qur'an? If you don't mind. So you do not know who is Al-Qur'an? Is that the answer? Do you know who is Al-Qur'an, or you do not know?
Let me read to the end, please.
Okay, but you promised me you will tell me who is Al-Qur'an, right?
I said, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Now said, surely we established his power on earth.
Okay.
And we gave him the ways, means to all ends. 85. One such way he followed. 86. Until he reached the setting of the sun, he found it set in a spring of murky water. Here